Blue Devil gang shit, you already know what it is. Yeah.
All right, check this out. You guys are back on the episode of Blue Devil Reactions. What we have going on today is another video of the escaped inmate from Pennsylvania. Bro just got busted. Check this out. Yesterday we should have knocked on wood because we said it. How come this fool ain't been busted? He gonna get busted pretty soon, and he got busted today, this morning. Today is the 13th, and he got busted a few hours ago. So check this out. Before we press play on this video, if you guys are new to Blue Devil Reactions, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell, and make sure you guys run up the comments and run up the likes. We dropping 3-4 videos a day here. We're trying to build this page. We're trying to get it up to 10K subscribers. You know, and without the watchers, without the subscribers, without the followers, it could not be done. So I need every single piece of support that I could get from you guys. So salute, appreciate that shit 1000%. Other than that, we got a main page, The Hater World. It got 40-something thousand subscribers. That's also going up. You know, we're doing what we're supposed to do, is bring good content and entertain. And other than that, if anybody wants to hit me up direct, wants to talk to me about business, wants to promote their products on either pages, go to my Instagram at The Hater World. Very simple, at The Hater World. Other than that, let's go ahead and watch this video. I'll tell you what it is titled. Burglar alarm helped lead to capture of escaped killer Danilo Cavalcante. Damn. Hey, and people told me he was Brazilian and that he killed his wife. So yeah, lock this fool up. I thought he was like, you know, in there for like some street shit. Nah, this fool killed his wife, so lock him up, throw away the key. Now he gonna be up in solitary confinement. This fool ain't never getting out no more. So with no further ado, let's get you guys a Blue Devil reaction. Let's go.
In Chester County, Pennsylvania. We want to start with this today. The long nightmare is over for people who live in Chester County, Pennsylvania. State police announced just a few hours ago they captured the fugitive who's been on the run for 2 full weeks.
Damn.
Escaped murderer Danilo Cavalcante was surrounded by dozens of law enforcement officials. This was around 8 o'clock this morning. He escaped prison, as you know, 14 days ago. There have been multiple sightings in the days that followed. Police say at one point he stole a vehicle and a rifle. But after 2 long weeks, those involved in this manhunt say they're relieved that he's now finally in custody.
Those were the best 14 days of his life. Bro, he gonna write a book about this. If he's smart, he get paid off of this. Write a book, make a movie, tell a story, do interviews. You know, he gonna need all the money he can get, bro, locked up in jail. You know, now he's, believe it or not, this fool a star now. This fool is a star now. Think about all the people that are gonna want first dibs on this interview behind bars. Imagine, bro. He went from being a nobody, a murderer, to now being a TV sensation.
Custody.
Tactical teams converged on the area where the heat source was. They were able to move in very quietly. They had the element of surprise. Cavalcante did not realize he was surrounded until that had occurred.
Wow.
For more,
They set the heat source, so that means that they had a chopper or some kind of plane that was able to detect, or you know how they got, well, that's what came to mind, but they probably got those guns, you know, or those glasses, and they're able to see like heat, and they probably saw him huddled up in the corner somewhere, bro, and it looked at a place.
let's bring in Pat Milton on the left of your screen. She's a senior producer for the CBS News Investigative Unit, and Eric Miller on the right, a former FBI supervisory special agent. This is a major case that has gripped people in this region of the country and really the whole country for 2 weeks now. Let's unpack how we got here. Pat, take us inside just the final hours of the manhunt. We heard there a reference to a heat source. So what led to this final capture of Cavalcante?
Yes, Errol, it was very dramatic indeed, and we've been following this for now for 14 days. A DEA aircraft went overhead and found a heat source, a heat signature. And what caused that aircraft to go up is that a burglar alarm at a residence within the perimeter of where the law enforcement were searching went off around midnight. 1 o'clock, the aircraft was up in.
Hey, what'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? I'm right 2 times now. I told you it was an airplane with the heat signature. You know why I know? One time me and one of my homeboys we ran from the hoot house, right? We were in the G ride, we jumped off, we started booking, right? He went one way, I went another way. Right? We both got away. And I asked this fool, what you do, fool? Because the chopper was out, right? He said, fool, look, a lot of times those choppers got like heat signature at nighttime. You know, because the way that I went, I went like a different way than he did. And I saw the chopper over there where he was at. I literally went away where I didn't see no cops, no chopper, no nothing. And where he went, I saw cops, choppers, all of that, right? And he goes, a lot of times these choppers have they can see like the heat signature at nighttime, right? Or they put on the glasses. He goes, I got into a trailer truck, you know, like the big semis. He goes, I got right next to the gas tank. I go, what the fuck does that do? And he goes, that gas is hot. So what happens is that they can't see me. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what that fool told me, and he did not get caught. You know, he did not get caught. And he goes, I didn't get from under there until like the next day. I'm like, fool, those trucks are cold. You know, so I've always wondered, like, this fool lying to me? But that shit always stuck with me, you know. And now number 2, look at the gun. What I tell you about this fool having a Winchester?
1 o'clock, the aircraft.
Look at that gun, bro. Look at that gun. Bro, that's a fucking BB gun. That's a Daisy, homie. That goes to show you right there that I told you this fool was going to have a BB gun.
Aircraft was up in the air, identified a heat signature, meaning that there was a person, an animal that was in the area. So they immediately descended on the area, many law enforcement in camouflage. And what happened is a thunderstorm came into the area, lightning, forcing the aircraft to go down. But the law enforcement surrounded where the heat source had generated. Before, they had found deer and bear in the area, so they weren't sure, but they did surround them. It was an element, as you say, of surprise. At daybreak, around shortly before 8 a.m., he was either sleeping or laying on the ground with his rifle. He noticed that law enforcement was around him and started to crawl out of the area. And the police gave the command for their dog to chase, grab, and hold, which is what they do. And the dog was able to grab him by the scalp and held him for law enforcement to.
Wow, by the scalp? That's the head, right? That's like up here? Dog. Imagine a dog biting the back of your head. You know, it happens though. I was locked up with a paisa homie that got bit in the head by a dog, by a cop dog. Damn, that fool was sleeping inside the bushes in the middle of the day. Sounds boring as fuck, bro, but it sounds better than being in jail, I'll tell you that.
Come. There were no shots fired, no injuries, and he was taken into custody.
And so, Eric, on one hand, you'll have all of law enforcement celebrating, right, the peaceful capture of this convicted murderer after 2 full weeks. But on the other hand, it has been 2 full weeks. You had residents in the area, some of them suggesting they're going to take matters into their own hands if this man isn't captured. Just from your point of view, evaluate the overall law enforcement response that we've all witnessed.
Well, Errol, it was a multi-organizational agency project, and they did a fantastic job, really, given the terrain, given the size of the search area, obviously utilizing all the tools in their toolbox, from canine units to aerial units to obviously officers and agents on the ground. So that takes a enormous amount of coordination. They stand up a command post. That's the facilitate the communication, and then from there,
What's he
the
saying?
intelligence and the tips come in.
Bro, this fucking guy's saying a bunch of nothing. You know when a motherfucker looks too smart for his own good? This fool's just talking, bro, and I have not heard one valuable piece of information.
And then those are then put back out to the officers and agents on the ground. So all in all, it was obviously a peaceful ending to a very well orchestrated search.
Considering it has been 2 weeks, though, how surprised are you that this convicted murderer, who was reported to have a weapon, was taken into custody with, I understand, without a shot being fired, without a fatality?
Easy. That fool is not a murderer, bro. He killed his wife being angry. That's not. Well, yeah, you're considered a murderer, but to me, like, a murderer is somebody that'll stone cold kill you and kill over and over again, and, like, a trigger man or somebody that likes to stab people. Like, that guy's just. It sounds like he killed his wife in the midst of an argument. That's, even though it's a murder, it's not a murderer. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he don't got it in him to do it again. If not, he would have shot them cops or try to get away or whatever, right? So he don't have it in him, bro. He's just a weenie that killed his lady being mad. That's all it really is.
Well, obviously, it was very. It was a great ending.
And does that surprise you, I wonder?
Yeah, and a little bit. One aspect that we don't know is whether he actually had ammunition for that rifle. He had a propensity to violence, so I'm a little surprised that he didn't use it. But the fact that they were able to sneak up on him and actually surprise him, the element of surprise may have played a factor as well.
Yeah, Pat mentioned that. That also jumped out to me. Pat, considering he escaped from a facility exactly or in a similar fashion to how someone else escaped from that same prison apparently just weeks ago, right? This bizarre crab walk up a wall and pushing himself through barbed wire. Where do we go from here? Does he go back to the same facility?
Nah, he's gonna be in lockdown.
Or do we have additional protection, or not protection?
Yeah,
but,
very good question,
manpower
because I know your question is really what I'm sure the community who've been terrified over the last 2 weeks are asking.
They're gonna put that fool in confinement, bro. He's not gonna be with everybody no more. Plus, they're gonna add some years to it. Listen, if you ask me, I think it was worth it, bro. Listen, you locked up for life. Give me 14 days in the free world. Fuck it, I'll take it. But I don't get how he couldn't get away, bro. I don't get how he was still stuck in that spot. Like, bro, you get away and you go to Mexico, and then from there you rest for a little bit. I know it sounds easy, right? And I know it's probably not easy, right? But if you can get to Mexico, you can rest for a little bit, and then you come up with your game plan on where you want to go reestablish your life in another country that ain't got or they can extradite you. You know what I mean? And I'm sure there's a lot of them. I think Puerto Rico is one of them. Am I right? Puerto Rico? No, Cuba. I'm sure Cuba is one of them. But you got to get to Mexico first, and then from there you can reroute. I don't know how this fool had 14 days and was not able to leave.
No, he would be going to a state prison, which will be more secure. He was taken into custody, and immediately they cut off his clothes. They wanted to identify that it was actually him. He had an identifiable tattoo on his back, a very large tattoo. They also wanted to search to see whether he had any other weapons on him or a knife. And also what law enforcement have told us is that sometimes, they hide.
Oh, yeah, look at his head. He's fucking bloody. Hey, he was in county jail then. That fool was in the county waiting to get extradited to the pen. Now he's going straight to the pen. Oh, he ain't escaping from there.
On their body, a key or something that will get them out of the handcuffs again. But the law enforcement, they were not taking any chances. They cut off all his clothes. They took him for processing, where he will be again fingerprinted and processed. I don't know if he's going to have additional charges against him, which the district attorney will have to determine. It'll be up to him whether he wants to speak to law enforcement. I'm sure they're very eager to ask him, how did you do this? Did we ever come close to you? But that's up to him. I'm sure he'll have an attorney, even
And I get you. I bet you's gonna have a story of like, you guys were like right next to me and didn't see me. How many times has that happened, bro? I'll tell you one quick little story because we're gonna kill this video already. There's nothing else to say, bro. One time I don't want to say we got raided, but the cops rolled up to the pad and they searched the pad. Right? They were searching the pad. I was outside with some hyena, and my homie was inside with a strap that we had, recently, right? And it's a big ass rifle, right? And it's inside the pad, and this fool had a mess in this room, right? And I'm outside with the hyena, and all I'm thinking is like, damn, if this fool comes out cuffed, I'm through too, And the cops go inside. There's cops outside detaining me and the hyena, whatever. And they have blocked off both sides of the streets when they came in, right? Probably like 10 cop cars. And all I'm thinking is, damn, if the homie comes out cuffed, I'm screwed, right? And the homie comes outside, right? The cops come out. My homie smoking a cigarette. The cops start searching my truck. They leave, right? Because earlier that day, something had happened, on the block. So they were trying to figure it out, right? And it's funny because I had a video recorder camera, right? And we were recording some of the stuff that we did. And one of the rookies grabbed my camera. And he's about to look through it. And I go, fuck, if he looks through it, we're fucked, right? And I knew one of the cops. I go, hey, bro. What's his name? I forgot his name. I go, hey, tell that fool to stop looking through my camera, bro. Right? And he looks at me and he goes, why? I go, bro, I got X-rated tapes with my girl in there. I didn't, but, I go, I got private shit. And he told the rookie to leave the camera alone, bro. So I was like, fuck, right? We're saved. Right? Now I'm just waiting for the homie to come out. Now he comes out, the cops leave. I tell my homie, fool, what the fuck, right? And he goes, Dick, they stepped on the rifle. They stepped on the rifle. And they didn't see it. And he goes, I had a box of bullets on the stand, on the bed stand. He goes, and I had like clothes over it, and they also missed it. Oh, that was the luckiest day of our lives. I probably wouldn't be here right now if they would have found that. And we used to live so close to the border, like we were like a millisecond away from the border. Usually when we would use the devices, we would go and get rid of them across, right? But it was too soon that day. Like we had this some action, and then like an hour later, we were partying, and the next day we were gonna go, and boom, these motherfuckers stepped on it, didn't see it. And it reminds me of this because I guarantee you that fool was hiding in a bush, and the Judas probably were walking like right around them and didn't even see him. It's gonna come out, watch. It's gonna come out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, go follow me on Blue Devil Reactions right here. Hit subscribe. Go follow Hater World. And go hit me up on Instagram at the Hater World. Other than that, I'm going to kill this video. We're laying, call it a day. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm Blue Devil. And we out.
Blue Devil gang, gang, gang.